In the first part, my colleague Hamza, who is head of business development in the group, will present information about Profen Group and its operation. In the second part, Furkan, our software development engineer in Visionic project, will give information about Visionic itself. In the third part, myself again give information about new future of Visionic. We called Generation 2. Fourth part, is about Profen partnership ecosystem. Hamza will give you information about it as well. And the last part of the event will be reserved for question and answers. During the session, you can type your questions by clicking on the question and answer icon at the bottom of the window. We will try to answer to all your questions during the session as much as possible, of course. If time is not enough or we cannot reply you properly during this session, our intention to send you our answers later on by email. Therefore, we appreciate if you could share your mail address with your question as well. Finally, before passing the main session, I would like to inform you about our live Visionic demo event in next week. If you want to participate in this event as well, again, we will appreciate if you drop your email at question and answer section. Last thing, I would like to inform you that to be able to share this entire session on our YouTube channel, we will record everything. Now, I think we can start. Hamza, it's your turn. I hope you will enjoy our event. Thank you again for participating. Your turn, Hamza.
Hi, everybody. It's Hamza. I'm responsible from the business development at the Profen Group. And before I know that you all know the Profen, what we are doing, but for the people who doesn't know extra knowledge about the Profen Group, I want to give a short brief. Then after that, I will give the ball to Furkan and give more detail about Visionic. So let's start. Profen Group is established 25 years ago, and normally is giving the direct services for the satellite providers and satellite ground systems, and with the wide range of technologies, electric and construction side, and also with the new phase of after the COVID times, new life science projects. And under the Profen Group, more than 400 people are working, and nearly 25% of them are engineers, and they are working under our R&D center and developing, manufacturing, designing all the products that we will offer today, like the Visionic. And also, we are working more than 90 partners and vendors for globally, and we are providing their solutions to our customers and also making many collaborations for the worldwide operations. When we go deeper for the Profen Group, normally our headquarters is in Istanbul, and also we have a little manufacturing warehouse in Istanbul too. But the main site, our another branch office in Ankara, and also this branch office is working closely with the government and the military on the defense side. Also, our new hub stations that also it's on the free zone with the space agency. And now we are developing a new site for the manufacturing, with the biggest one with the 25,000 square meter. And also there will be another R&D center that we will produce our design on our solutions. And plus for it, another branch office in Konya, also our teleport station is located over there. And also we have a data center that we are providing some services to our satellite providers. And finally, our another branch office in the UK. And also from there, we are offering some solutions to our European and also American customers. When I go to deeper, that I also mentioned that the Profen Group is giving services in the 3 dimensions. One of them is the technology, and other one is the engineering and services, and the last one is life science. But today I will generally focus for the technology side. And under the technology group, we have 4 different companies. And these are the communication technologies, defense technologies, satellite services, and also the last one is the UK, is the Profen Communication. But also, this EPC company is now supporting all these 4 companies of the Profen Group for their construction engineering projects for the worldwide. As I mentioned that the Profen Communication is mainly focused for the satellite and the broadcast customers in the Turkey. Also, there are probably many projects in the generally CSI and the EMEA regions, but with this year, now we are expanding our horizon, and now we try to reach many customers over our partners located in the different regions of the world. And also the Profen Satellite Services, as you understand from its name, it's an internet service provider that working from the satellites, and now we are working closely with nearly all of the satellite providers worldwide, and they are working closely with the media and broadcast customers, and also satellite network services for the providers. And finally, we are giving services from our teleport in Konya, and with the last new technologies for the IoT solutions. And also the Profen Defense Technology is our another company also located in Ankara, and they are working closely with not only in the Turkey, also worldwide with the military, defense, army, and other, not directly with all these institutions, also with the system integrated companies that work closely with them. And the main idea of this webinar, we try to make you understand that the Profen Group is not selling the products. We just also designing, manufacturing all the products depending on the customer's needs. That's why we always saying that we have a good and powerful R&D center that you can understand your needs and create our solutions directly what your customers needs. So when you visit our website, mainly the profentech.com, you can easily see nearly 100 hardware and the software solutions that's a Profen branded. But today we will mainly focus for our state-of-art network management software. So maybe the later minutes, Furkan will give more details, mainly the technical side. Also, Mr. Durmus also give some our next steps for the Visionic. But I want to give a brief info about that. As you know, that lots of NMS solutions are worldwide. Some of them is some of the oldest, some of them is the new versions. But with our current version and for the next step version, we know changing the NMS approach. And that's why we will not just give service for the satellite providers. We just want to also create the dimension to other services like the IoT and the SCADA or other facility services. Maybe I want to stop here and give that ball to Furkan, and he will give more information. But in the meantime, if you have any several questions, you can drop your questions on our message tab, and we'll try to answer it after our question session. Thank you. The ball's at you.
Hey, hello everyone. I am Furkan Göztok, a software engineer from Profen. First of all, thank you for both Mr. Hamza and Mr. Durmus for the presentation and knowledge share. Today, I will present our monitor and control management system product, which is Profen Visionic. First of all, what is the MNC management system? MNC management system generally monitors and controls customer devices to improve stability, maintenance, and decrease the human errors. With today's technology, feature and number of the devices have been increased significantly high. Nowadays, facilities run their devices with cooling, battery, power rooms, and much more different kind of needed structures. Controlling all these systems without MNC systems requires so many labor force, which will spend inefficiently, unfortunately. Moreover, being able to see and control all the products, which may be physically located far away, but just in a single computer screen, is one of the best points of why we need an MNC system. Not just manually controlling, but you can also create algorithms and automation system regarding to the needs. Also, Profen Visionic has a server client structure, which can work with redundancy between two servers, as you can see on the picture right side. So let's move forward to the typical applications. On the screen, typical applications of Visionic, such as satellite communication, broadcast, SCADA, cable TV, and IoT products can be seen. Those application types have been implemented or designed with Profen Visionic to be monitored and controlled already. In this slide, I want to talk about the system structure. So let's talk about the system structure then. Both server and client applications for Visionic run on Windows-based computers. Because Visionic communicates through IP protocol, non-IP devices or sensors requires IP converters. Moreover, each device communicates with Visionic server by the driver modules we call. And we develop these driver modules for each device as Profen for your services. Key specification of Visionic can be summarized as, first of all, redundancy and backup support to eliminate crisis scenarios is the first thing to mention. Secondly, supporting multi-client system with multi-users with multi-roles. If I need to give an example, you can connect to the Visionic server from computer A, computer B, or computer C, etc. Moreover, there can be multiple users with different roles, which restricts action in the software. Each user permission may differ from the others. Third one is the visible and audible real-time alarms, extended notification with SMS and email. Fourth one, I want to talk about the task scheduling with supports, writing scripts for the needs. We can schedule tasks and write scripts for your needs too. And finally, exporting data in the desired format, such as PDF, HTML, or XLXS. Let's move forward to the key features. Screenshot on the right side on the presentation is the main screen of the Visionic. Main page generally consists of the diagram representing the whole site or the entire system. For example, clicking into antenna A1 will bring the block diagram for the antenna A1, which will equipment of the A1. Also, all the coloring schemas representing the device or station's current stations, as you can see in red, green, or gray. We can see that for this example, there are more than 20 antennas for this site, and with the antennas, there are also system room, energy room, batteries room, and the meteorology information. To conclude, for this site, we can say that approximately more than 500 or 600 devices are being monitored and controlled in the same time. Also, you can use the left side menu to reach any of the stations. Connected active server and logged in active user can also be seen on the bottom of the application. So this is the left side menu of the Visionic, which consists of the stations, monitor, management, builder, and the Profen logo. By clicking stations, all the stations which are authorized for the active user can be seen. Monitor is usable for reaching the active and historical alarms and system logs. Management is the main design section for the Visionic, where you can adjust the user roles, users, and languages screen. Then the management is the screen where you can design, create, or edit block diagram designs, device form designs, or device libraries, which insist of the drivers. And lastly, Profen logo. Profen logo will open a screen which includes the current Visionic software version, license key, and contact information. So this is the dashboard feature. Dashboard in the Profen Visionic is the most simplified screen for reading parameters from any device with different graphics. Generally, dashboard screen is used for the most summarized view of the project. The minimum required amount of data which needs to be monitored will be shown in this dashboard screen. For this example, you can see some of the devices information in here and outdoor weather status with the XY graphic for some inputs and outputs. Instant alarm notification. When there is an alarm occurred or detected in the system, clients are notified by both visual and sensory notification. You can turn off or on all the alarms or specific degree of an alarm. Also, you can adjust the alarm volume here. Alarms and events. Active and historical alarm screens are the two of the most significant screens in the Visionic MSC system. Users can see active alarms or alarms that happened and cleared. Searching with alarm time, severity, device type, station type, and etc. makes this feature to be significantly usable. Users can decide to see alarms up to 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and all. Alarms happened in the system are stored in the database and cannot be deleted from any clients. This feature also brings much more easier approaches to the error detection and analysis. Also, users can print and extract alarms on both screens by clicking the print button. And also, users can mask the alarms which they don't want to see notification for a specific type. Even an alarm is registered as masked, Visionic will store the alarms but not notify the users. User definition page. Administrator can define, delete, or modify users in this page. Each user has a role. This role defines users what they are capable of monitoring and controlling in the system. And secondly, this is the user role definition page. You can give permission to each role for every device, stations, lists, and forms. There are also specific permissions which are viewing, controlling, printing, and etc. Different roles can be created with every possible choice. For example, we can create an operator role to control and monitor the devices, and create a watchman role just to monitor the devices but not control. And finally, we can assign those roles to the users with previous slide. This feature allows single Visionic system to be used by different systems with isolating users and their roles from each other. So multi-level trigger feature in the screen. This feature allows us to create virtually alarms. Without waiting for an actual alarm from the device, we can use the multi-level trigger feature and create our virtual alarms. For example, if a device sends an alarm when its CPU reaches 80 degrees as a hot CPU temperature, we can set an alarm on degree parameter to alarm us when 70 degrees is passed. You can also choose the severities in here too. So different severities will result different coloring in the block diagram for the device. So for the stated example, device coloring on the block diagram will go from yellow to red if you set multiple alarms starting from 50 to 80. For example, yellow to red. Profen Visionic can be used anywhere with any type of device which can communicate. This feature brings the necessity of separate some of the application categories. So first category is the satellite ground station. At the right side of the slides, you can see the block diagram of the latest projects have been implemented, which controls TürkSat's 5B antennas. Probably most of you know about TürkSat launched a new satellite with SpaceX to the space, and antennas which will use this satellite are being controlled and monitored by Profen Visionic. This specific site has automation algorithms such as block down converter, block up converter, and HPA redundancy, uplink power control, air conditioning, and etc. all the time. Also, site diversity is being provided for this project. Just with clicking one button, all the settings which will make antenna site to switch another antenna site can happen. Generally, antenna diversity happens between sites which have more than 100 kilometers between. So being able to prove complicated systems such as this project is controlled by Profen Visionic shows us the capabilities of the software. And as we can see, all the colors and diagrams have corresponding real-life situations. For example, yellow means that unit is on the backup stage. Red means that unit has an alarm, or gray means that unit is disconnected or offline. Secondly, broadcast stations. Broadcast stations collect digital signals from different sources and store, process, and broadcast in different channels. Antennas should be directed to right satellite, and the signals should be distributed between encoders, decoders, and servers. So this means that broadcast stations are systems which need to be controlled automatically without no errors in order to keep channels faultless. By creating, directing, routing, and switching actions or automations, all requirements can be done by Visionic in here. And lastly, I want to talk about head-end fields. Head-end fields are where the signal processing devices such as IRDs, DVB mugs, or other types like routers, air conditioning system, etc. are stored. These devices have important roles which makes the system can work without failure. One single device problem can cause all the system crash for the head-end fields. In order to ensure continuity of the services, these devices should be monitored, controlled, and also redundancy scenarios needs to be automated. Profen Visionic offers the most efficient solution to the users for all the mentioned problems and the scenarios here. So thank you for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions, please contact us from email or ask here in the Zoom interface. Now, Mr. Durmus will talk about what's next with the Profen Visionic.
Thank you, Furkan. Let me share my screen. Okay, what's next in Visionic? Our first generation Visionic already have very good features. As you can see, we try to mention main feature of that. Thank you, Furkan and Hamza. I would like to mention about new feature of Visionic. We call this Generation 2, which will be available by the end of this year, our target. Visionic Generation 2 comes with cloud type network topology support. As you can see on the picture on the screen, topology is really different than Generation 1. With Visionic Generation 2, for example, Visionic server sits on the cloud and no need to be next to the end user devices anymore. And as you can see here, Visionic Gateway, a small device, right now with the Generation 2 next to the customer device or end device. One of the main other difference, as you can see here, Visionic system can be shared for different tasks or different to control different systems such as building, data center, or station, on the same server. Now you can monitor and control different different facility, different system, and one other good feature is that user can share the system. No need to own system anymore. Of course, for a big project, our recommendation is to have a separate system, but for a small projects, customer can share existing system right now with the cloud solution. New version, with the new version, we added Visionic Gateway to the existing system, as you can see on the picture. Visionic Gateway is a small device, small microcomputer indeed, with several different interface options. It may interface with the end device through wireless system or wireless system, different way, as you can imagine. And it is smart enough to handle local things. For example, hot redundancy. Maybe sometimes system needs hot redundancy or something like that. It needs to be handled locally. Visionic Gateway can handle this kind of things locally without asking central server. But of course, it keeps everything and then send everything to central servers or central database for future use. One of the other features is added is MQTT protocol support. In the early version, I mean Gen 1, communication between end devices and server was only IP. So if you have a good communication network between end devices and server, generally there is no issue, and your network can work properly. But if something wrong or you have poor network, communication network, it could be a problem. Sometimes you can lose data. With the MQTT support and the Visionic Gateway edition, no more your data missed. It is stored at all the data actually created by the end devices, stored first in the Visionic Gateway and then forwarded to center server if communication available between server and gateway. As you can see, picture here, clients reach the application through IP network again, any device which have a web browser. This slide actually summarizes the difference between Gen 1 and Gen 2. As you can see here, Gen 1 already have lots of good features. With Gen 2, we added web access, cloud architecture support, widgets, big data support, which we think that this will be very useful, especially for predictive maintenance cases. The user can create their own macros with the Gen 2 and add the system. We have added developer mode, and one of the most important features is geographical maps. Now, with the Gen 2, Visionic can support geographical maps, and user can see their assets or station facility in the geographical map clearly. Let's see a typical application which is supported by Gen 2. SCADA is one of the main target application for Gen 2. As it is known, in SCADA application, there are several points dispersed over very large area in the network. Sometimes from one country to the other country, especially oil and gas pipelines projects or water system network could be very large. In this case, in most cases, there are lots of points that you need to monitor and control, and since those points in the rural area, sometimes communication could be a problem. In the craft skills NMS system, as I mentioned already, if communication is problematic or poor, you need to your system cannot work properly. With the new generation to Visionic, we think that we overcome all those kind of problems by adding MQTT protocol to the system. And gateway, Visionic gateway is plus, comes as plus, which is a low-cost microcomputer, can handle everything, including data collection and local small task locally handled. Visionic solution includes gateway development. If project requires special things beyond standard things, we can develop special gateway for the project as well, and special backend, special front-end software development is part of Visionic Gen 2. Typical application, as you can imagine, water distribution system, waste water collection system, oil and gas pipeline, controlling oil and gas pipelines, electrical power grids, dam or reservoir monitoring system is another typical application for SCADA type application and supported by Visionic Gen 2. Another good area is smart cities application. As it is known, smart city is a popular approach nowadays, and all the big cities somehow getting this area, jumping this area. In a smart city, services like transportation, water, gas, electricity distribution, education, healthcare need to be closely monitored and managed. To do this, actually, you need a smart management system under your hand. Visionic can offer smart management solutions to cope with all those complex and discrete and different requirements. Again, in this area, we can develop a special gateway, special front-end backend software to meet the complex requirement. Another good area is to use Visionic Gen 2, sorry. facility and building management. Typical facility or building have gate access control system, security cameras, fire protection system, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system, water, gas, electricity metering, lighting control, automation system, etc. So Profen Visionic offers integrated solution to all manage those discrete and complex systems. Again, solution includes gateway development, backend and front-end software development according to requirement and project needs. That's all that I want to mention. Hopefully, you will interest in our Visionic, especially Gen 2, look like very competitive and full of lots of features. Now I will give the turn to Hamza again for partnership, Profen partnership ecosystem. Yes. Your turn.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I jump to our partnership ecosystem program, maybe I will add some other words for our Visionic Gen 2 new applications, because as Mr. Durmus also mentioned, that the main important thing is that for the new version, now we are providing a new edge solution. Now we are telling that the IoT edge gateway, but with offering that solutions now in the market, any NMS solutions are now offering that solutions. The Profen Visionic product is the unique on the worldwide. So what we are providing and what we are offering with our new solutions, mainly when you are creating an NMS network, you have to install a little bit of server-based computer for each edge node. So when we are talking about many edge nodes, it's really expensive when you're handling that complex solutions. But now we are offering a new IoT edge gateway. When we compare with our server-based systems, nearly the TCO, the total cost of ownership, is nearly 80% is reduced. So it gives you, first of all, reduce your cost, and also it helps you to increase your efficiency and reduce the latency, because when we are talking about IoT solutions, the main important thing is the latency. And for these solutions, these are very critical mission solutions, and that's why the data has to be in the center when it's occurred. So that's why you have to send this data on time without any latency. And with the MQTT support and also with the other connectivity about our edge node, for example, you have a connectivity for the satellite, GSM, or any fiber connection. So that's why one of them is broken, another will start to send data for your center, and it helps you to be always online and get the data all the time. And that's why normal on the market, each NMS solutions are providing for just their products. But with the Visionic, especially with the Gen 2, now we are offering every platform, every hardware. And it's very unique for the market, because before our presentation, I also mentioned that our vision is not just supporting the satellite solutions. We're now expanding our dimension to the smart cities, IoT solutions, the SCADA systems, and also the building facilities. And with this, for example, when you are using some solutions like the, for example, smart street lightings, or air pollution or smart parking, like this is for when we are talking about smart cities. You can easily collect all the data with the edge device, and you can monitor on the one center. And also, you can also follow all the buildings, manage all the buildings equipments like the security cameras and the fire protection systems, because as you know that all these systems that's written on this slide, they have their own NMS solutions. And when you go into the control room, there are different screens on the wall, and the guy always have to monitor all these systems on the not one screen, also in the maybe the 8 screens. So with the Visionic, now we are offering that to monitor all these systems on the one screen, and it gives you more efficient solutions. And that's why now we are not just offering that solutions to our just the satellite providers or satellite teleport users. Also now we are offering with this new version to all the IoT and the data required systems. So now I want to give a brief information also about the partnership program, because with this year, now we're expanding our partnership, not in Turkey, but also in the worldwide. So that's why we would like to be a partner many customers on the worldwide, but especially we are targeting the EMEA market, but not it's limited, because also now we have some partners in the APAC region, also in the America region. But our mainly focus is that find a good partner to produce our Profen brand products like the Visionic and expand our markets. So try to create a very lucrative business and to create a win-win business model. So with this model, the main idea is that what we are offering, because normally, as you know, that all the partnership programs have different options, but we have the 4 dimensions. One of them is we want to expand your business portfolio. So how we can do that? We will have, because normally the Profen group is now, we are offering many customers on the worldwide, but we would like to not to manage all of them directly from our center. Also, we want to manage them with our partners. So we want to grow with our partners, and this will make us more stronger, also our partners too. So when you will be our partners, you will also be great business support from the Profen, because actually we will send you lots of leads in your local regions. Also, we will help you to create some collaboration with other partners, because we know that nobody knows everything, and nobody have the good capabilities to do everything. So that's why we try to find the best partners for the best project and try to get into one basket and create a valuable offer to our end users. So the third option is that, of course, is the sponsorship support. What does it mean? Maybe you are entering some events or other things in your local region. So we try to support you on that field to offer our Profen brand in your market. So it could be expand, but the main idea is that to grow your business and grow with the Profen brand products in your market. And the second one for me, it's very important because I'm also an engineer, and I give more importance for the technical side, because I believe that if you don't know the background of the technical side of the products, it can be easy to offer your solutions to your customers and close the deal. So that's why with our partnership program, we will give you more technical training courses that dedicated on our mainly Profen brand products. And also the main important thing, like is we will call you for our webinars and give you some spoilers, our product roadmaps as the Visionic Gen 2. Although it's will release at the end of this year, but we will make several demo live sessions, and we will show you what we will offer on the market when it comes to end. And the third option is that our marketing support, and I believe that it's really important, because when you are penetrating to market and to find a trustful vendor behind you, like the Profen, is very important. And that's why if you are dedicated to sell our products, we will give you some marketing campaign support, marketing funds, and also we will create some co-branding options that we can bundle into your brand for the worldwide. And the last one, of course, the sales options that, believe it or not, normally, you know, that the inflation rates and all worldwide is very increasing. And we believe that for the next years also it will be continue. But the Profen brand, it has a powerful side, not for the R&D side, but also we have the manufacturing side. We are manufacturing, creating, designing that. So we have a really price competitive option. So we are offering to our partners to sell Profen brand products to the customers when you compare with the price and the quality. Because you know that generally say that the American or the European brands are more qualified, but in the meantime, they are expensive. But when we are talking about the Chinese products or Korean products, okay, they're low qualified, but the price is so low. But the Profen brand products are in the middle, but also closer when we are talking about qualification to the European and American products. But when we are comparing the price, we are closer to the Chinese or the Korean products. So when you're entering and offering your customers, believe it or not, they will accept that solutions. And when we decide our partnership model, we will give you a very competitive partner discount and sales promotions to you to offer our products. And meantime, when it comes to the end of the year, and we also give some performance incentives to our chosen partners for their dedicated services. So what I'm trying to say that with our partnership model is that we have two partnership models, not so complicated. And one is the distributor model, and the other one is the project partner. The distributor model, as all knows, that who will buy the Profen brand products to their stocks or commit a minimum order quantity for a year or period to sell their customers. But in the meantime, we always support that distributors on their field. What does it mean? For example, if you are in a distributor in, for example, Egypt, and if there is a offer comes directly to Profen, we will inform you to contact that customers directly, and we will help you to sell your products and your solutions, what we are getting from the Profen to our customers. We also support you from our team, as I mentioned, our Profen technology companies. So we will help you to close the deal with a good profit and to create a long-term relationship with your customers. And the project partner side, if you don't want to give a commitment or to create a stock in your warehouse, okay, fair enough. And in that model, when you have a project with your customers in your region, you can directly bring us. We can discuss it, we register it to your site, and we can jump on a plane and come to your country and make a meeting with your customers and explain the solution, and we can close the deal with you. In the end, of course, the main difference is that I'm not talking about the support side, but the main difference comes from the price side. Because when you are committing, you will get more discount. And when you are working just a project side, you will get a less discount, but always you will get the discount. But we will, it can be changeable. If you are a project partner, you will change your partnership model. Maybe 1 month later, you can turn to distributor. It can be. The main idea is that we try to create a long-term relationship with you and be a part of this big family, not in Turkey, but also in the worldwide. So we believe that we will, of course, we are growing every year, but we want to grow with our partners this year and the further years. So that's why if you have an interest like the Visionic products, and for the further webinars, we will also represent our other Profen brand solutions. And if you have an interest, of course, you can drop your mail or you can send directly to me. I can share my email address so we can talk a little bit and make a meeting online. So one after one can understand each other. We can choose a model and work together. This is our, for my part, maybe we'll jump for the question answer side, and Mr. Durmus also have several questions and we can answer it through there. And for another further questions, you can directly ask and we can discuss on this panel.
Thank you, Hamza. Yeah, there are several questions actually directed through question and answer section. Still, you can type your question if there is there, I would like to read some of them. We tried to answer, by the way, during the session, answer these questions. One of the questions, for example, can one Visionic system be used for multiple systems or geographically dispersed facilities? If so, can operators of each system can be separated? Yes, technically, yes. As we mentioned during the session, Visionic system can be shared between clients or users, and you can separate a customer from the other, or in a same project you can put some restriction between users. This is possible throughout Visionic. Another question is, can Visionic support all devices that do not have IP ports? Yeah, this is possible as well. I mean, for example, if a device has RS-232 or RS-485 interface, we use generally a converter or proxy device to interface such kind of devices to the Visionic. Same way, devices such as just have I/O interface. In the same way, we can interface all those things to the Visionic. There is no problem indeed. Another question, how many devices can we add Visionic? Has it any limited to add device and managing? My colleague Furkan already answered these questions. There is no limit indeed if a server machine is strong enough. Beginning of the project, generally Visionic engineer evaluates projects and recommends suitable server machine to the customer. In time, if the project is extended and requires stronger server or another word needs to handle more packet, more data, customer can job another machine, and the Visionic license can be transferred from old server to the new server. Another question comes from one of our participants. How can the operator access the system? Is there support for web browser? Can an operator reach the system from any device with a web browser? Yes, technically, I mean, with Gen 1, unfortunately, Gen 1 cannot support web browser, but with the Gen 2, our system will have web browser support, and the client reach our network or our system through web browser over any device. I mean, there is no OS system restriction anymore. For the server side, system can run on Windows or Linux machine at the moment. Another question, it is possible to track more than one parameter and generate a trigger signal by correlating the tracked signals. Yes, this is possible. One of the strong features of the Visionic to trace more than one, and several parameters or signals can be monitored at the same time, and it is possible to correlate and generate trigger system. Typically, if we give a sample example, station redundancy, a typical application for the critical applications such as broadcast. Generally, broadcasters has main and standby station to provide seamless or unproblematic service. There are two stations, and Visionic can trace the condition on one side, and then if something goes wrong or there is a potential for a problem, can automatically switch the service to other station. There are some other questions, but we would like to answer all those remaining questions through email, if you don't mind, because time is now we reach time end. So I would like to thank you for your participating in this event. Hopefully you enjoyed. We will be ready, of course, to support you for future inquiries. Thank you for your participating, and goodbye.
Thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you very much.
And hope if there is a question for any further time, you can directly contact us and ask your detailed questions for me, Mr. Durmus, or Mr. Furkan, and we try to help you for you and also for your customers. Thank you very much again.